pioneer from the state of Massachusetts. He's from the state of Maine, but he lived in Massachusetts. He was a retired sea captain. He made his first trip to Michigan in 1849, went to a place called Jackson, Michigan, which is 40 miles from here. And when he was in Jackson, he stayed at the home of a friend called Daniel Palmer. He told Daniel Palmer and his wife Abigail about the Adventist message, and they became the first Adventists in the state of Michigan.
Oh.
This couple. So he returned to their home 3 years later, in 1852, told them of a dream he had that he was on a boat sailing west and stopping in a place called Battle Creek. He saw this in his dream, but he had never been to this place before. And so Daniel Palmer told him how to get here. So he arrived here on a train, unlike his dream where he came in a boat. And when he arrived in Battle Creek, didn't know who to talk to, where to go, but he heard a voice in his head that told him he should go to the postmaster and ask for the most honest man in town. So he did that, and the postmaster said the most honest man in town was David Hewitt. David Hewitt lived in a log cabin like this one. David Hewitt was a peddler, that means he would sell things, and he had this reputation because he would walk miles in order to, if he gave someone the incorrect change, he would walk miles in order to correct it, even if it was just a few pennies. Therefore, they called him Penny Hewitt, was his nickname. So he arrived at the home of David Hewitt. He knocked on the door, and then David Hewitt let him in, invited him for breakfast, and then to lead out in the family worship. And that family worship lasted the entire day. He hung up his prophetic chart, is how they understood the prophecies of Daniel and John in the 1860s. So he explained the prophecies of Daniel and John, then he explained the Sabbath and other Adventist beliefs, and the family accepted the messages that he gave them. And they actually kept the next Saturday as the Sabbath. And then they had a group of people meeting in their home, which became the first church of Battle Creek, first Seventh-day Adventist church.
What about Mary and
John Mary Lockborough. This was 1852. They moved here in 1866.
So they after.
Yeah.